One more morning message from Sam Bismuth. And this is a message to the haters. This is my message to the haters. What are you going to do? Like, really? You're not going to break the law. Okay? You're not going to break the law trying to attack me or assault me or kill me or something. You're not going to do that. Okay? I know you're not going to do that. Because there's so many people out there, even wimps, who say whatever the hell they want. They get a lot of haters. No one ever does shit. Nothing happens to them. I know what you're gonna do. You're gonna denounce me. You're gonna cancel me. Maybe even shout me down in real life. I don't care. I'm not swayed. I don't agree. Really, what are you gonna do? Spread rumors about me? False rumors? Reveal embarrassing things from my past? Well, guess what? I'm over my past. I'm not embarrassed by it. I was just younger and more naive and misguided, right? As most people were when they were younger, right? So what are you going to do? How are you going to stop me? You're not. You're straight up not going to stop me. And I was thinking about this. It's like, we get obsessed, because we think, oh, well, maybe if this person says this, it will become a popular sentiment somehow. Maybe it's going to, get to me. It's going to affect me. It's going to, it's going to affect my career or something. Ah, man, Well, I just, I realize it's like, what are you going to do? Yeah, you got a few tools in your ammunition. If you're really serious about hating me, really want to take me down or really want to take CPI down or whatever, we've seen most of what they could possibly do already happen. There's really not much they can do. I mean, you really think about it, it's like we get so bothered over these people. We get, these haters, they really get to us. You see haters, you want to you want to do something about them, right? But you're not going to do shit. You're not going to break the law, right? You're not. It's the same way. It's reciprocal. And you have this online thing, and it's like, if you have a plate of glass separating two dogs that hate each other, they'll be attacking each other on the glass, But the moment you pull that glass pane away, it's like, oh shit. If I actually go attack this dog on the other side of the glass, right? The other side of the screen, I'm in trouble. I can't just do that, right? That's the same situation here. You can say whatever the hell you want about me, right? Nothing's going to happen. You're not going to do shit. And sometimes I find myself getting bothered. I find myself obsessing. And I realize it's like, what are you going to do? What are you going to do? You can't do anything, right? You can't do anything. You can't stop me. And a lot of times, it's like, I wonder, I really wonder if there was really like some kind of revolutionary situation, some kind of crazy purge chaos, something, that kind of a situation. All these people right now that are obsessed with hating each other, would they really go and kill each other? Even the people that say they want each other dead, would they really go and do it? I don't think they would. I think they'd become real docile real fast, and they'd be thinking more about sparing their own life than going to take the life of another person. Sure, there could be, all sorts of chaos unfolding and crazy people doing crazy stuff, sure. But I really don't think that these people, these haters, I really don't think they would actually do anything. It's more likely you're going to get looted by some random person or some crap. But that's not the point. That's not the point. My point is that ultimately, like, if your hatred of somebody is that incessant, right? Now, if it's based on something substantive, that'd be different, right? Like if I was really homophobic and you were gay, you would have good reasons to hate me, right? You would really, you know what I mean? Like there would be some substantive thing there, and it wouldn't be a psychological projection of any kind, right? But if your hatred of someone is based on a feeling of inferiority that you have, it's based on you hate your parents, or you're just angry because you have a shitty life and you blame it on people like me for some reason, whatever it is, right? Whatever it is, unless you are mentally insane, like far off the deep end, there's some part of you that realizes what it is really based on. And unless you're getting really whipped up into some kind of crazy hysteria, I don't think that you can consciously turn that hatred into an action. And I don't think there's anybody that has a reason to have that type of a visceral hatred of me or of CPI, except for people that are part of the establishment itself, right? Except for the people that actually like they are complete opposite, right? And those are the people maybe to be more afraid of. Those are the people to think about and worry about more rather than, some online commentator canceling us or something. Maybe that probably is that's probably more of an issue. I'm not going to get into my paranoia on that in particular. And maybe there's a chance some of those little haters are actually people in the state who just are venting, and wishing harm upon people. But as it stands, I don't think shit's gonna happen. I don't think anyone's gonna do shit. I really don't. You can come in, you can yell, you can disrupt, you could cause problems, you could do all sorts of things. It's not gonna stop us. It's gonna empower us. I think to something that happened in my town. There's a man who was hysterically anti-Islamic. Hysterically. And he actually came into a mosque with the intention to shoot up the mosque and kill the people in the mosque. But that didn't happen because he came in there and he saw those people praying peacefully. He saw those people. He realized they were people. And later, he actually ended up converting to Islam and joining the mosque. He came in there with the full intention to massacre people. And they forgave him. And he became part of that mosque. It's just something I think about, because when the rubber hits the road, many things will turn into their opposites. Many people will realize the people that they hated, they're actually good people. And so I hope, you know, maybe the way things are going, this is a silly hope, maybe I'm clinging on to some 2010s fantasy as we're moving into the 2020s and I should actually be afraid, be afraid. But my hope is that most people are at least sane enough, and I believe it too. It's not just a hope, it's a belief. Most people are at least sane enough. They're not going to do anything. They don't want to risk going to jail just to make a political statement against me or CPI. I don't think that's going to happen. And I just if that does happen, I'm going to blame the feds. Either way. Even if it is some like genuinely motivated crazy people, I'm still going to blame the feds for it. I'm not even going to I because the level of insanity you would have to do that. It's too much. It's over the top. And I genuinely don't think that people are at that point. So haters, keep hating. Just do what you got to do to feel better, okay? It doesn't bother me that much cuz I know most of you don't mean it. And even if you think you mean it, you don't. You're projecting. So I'm all for it. Go ahead and hate. Call me whatever you want. Cancel me however you want. It's not going to stop me because I'm not motivated by some internal psychological fault right now. Yes, everyone has faults. Everyone has things that motivate them to do things that are not their, not their main like logical motivation. I'm not motivated by that. I'm motivated by reality. Okay, I'm motivated by how things actually are. And because of that, you're not going to crush my spirit that easily. And believe me, I have tried to debate people, talk to people, and get them to disprove my beliefs. I always try to get people to disprove me. There's areas where I'm ignorant, I'll admit it. But upon investigation, I usually find that, it doesn't disprove my beliefs, it just kind of adds wrinkles to them, right? It changes them. And these fundamental motivations go back through my political history. I joined IWW PSL with more naive version of the same motivations that I've always had. Growing up in the hood of Milwaukee and seeing how the neighborhood was, and seeing how it was neglected by our government, and seeing how the, people there were unable to overcome their history, and realizing that it wasn't just the poor and black neighborhoods of Milwaukee suffering, but they suffer disproportionately, but but it was actually the entirety of America that's being subjected to this, right? That's my core motivation. That's my core motivation. And learning more about the US's wars across the world, it does motivate me towards a sense of justice and morality. And I see that align with the fate of the American people. And I think we need to be able to make the case, make that case. But I'm drifting. I'm drifting, right? The point is, as far as I can tell, my motivations are very genuine. Okay, they're not based in some psychological inferiority or hatred or something like that. Some fault. Something that could be solved with therapy. No. They are not. And I'm willing to bet that for all of my haters, literally all of them, that's what it's based on. It's based on nothing. So haters, keep hating, and I'm going to keep doing my thing. Thanks very much, guys. I'll see you later. Bye-bye.